Highlight of 2025 really is hard to pick, simply because there's that much happened.
We've actually had the wheels cast by William Cooks. Special thank you to Sir Andrew Cook for making that grant.
Our open day, of course, was mega successful last April. We had a record number of people in the doors, and then hopefully next year we'll build on that. It's Saturday, April 11th, 2026.
What were amazing when His Royal Highness the Duke of Gloucester agreed to visit the project and see how professional we were. His Royal Highness the Duke of Gloucester then agreed to be the patron of our project, which were absolutely amazing.
My biggest highlight for 2025 was attending the greatest gathering with our bogie and also one of the coupled wheels.
We were very impressed, or very pleased, by the reaction we got from professional railwaymen who thought we'd done a first-class job.
And every Monday just coming to work on it is a highlight for me.
The biggest challenge I think we had in 2025 was we had a little issue with the Philidas nuts. So this was sorted out by Ian and John. It turned out to be copies basically.
I think the biggest engineering challenge so far seems to be the drag box at the back of the frames, because it seems to require quite a lot of effort to get the fitted bolts in, and also a lot of threading work on the drag box itself.
Fitting the components at the hind end of the loco, the back of the loco, it's those fitted bolts which have to be a slight interference fit, and to match up holes going through three components, they were always slightly different. And that was a challenge and a half.
The thing we're most proud of in the design so far is that we've been able to produce the cannon axle boxes for the bogie. That was a difficult job because basically the cannon axle boxes were bought in by Timken are the company that make bearings. So they weren't British Railways drawings. So all we basically had was an arrangement drawing, but we had no detail of the internal components. So we had to design all those ourselves. And when it all went together down at South Devon Railway Engineering, it was all successfully put together, which showed that we had accomplished the design.
But when I do my railway talks to groups, the exhaust steam manifold, which we had manufactured at Borough Foundry Casting, that was done with the sand printed method. So you didn't make a pattern. Rather than make either a 3D printed pattern or a traditional timber pattern, we produced the mould as a 3D print. By a company in Germany made the mould. Now we were the first people to make anything of that size with this 3D printed technology. And I always look at that and think that was a tremendous piece of technology, because we're always telling people we're using latest techniques and latest technology building Hengist, which that proves it. In terms of the marketing, the new branding image, all our new publicity brochures, we've had several people say, "Oh, that one's good, the one that opens out shows the whole loco, we wouldn't mind doing something along those lines." So it's just a more modern image that we're trying to push over there, and it seems to be working. We're obviously trying to encourage more younger members now to join, and slowly we're growing the membership, so the marketing helps with that. It all looks the same sort of corporate image now, whereas before it was a bit hiddly-piddly in the years gone by.
2026 is going to bring delivery of some major components for the wheel sets.
The wheels are always one of the sexy items on a steam engine, and being able to tell people we've got the wheels is a great bonus.
We've now got 6 wheels and we're ready to start getting the rest of the components together so we can start putting the locomotive on its wheels. Currently we've got the bearings on order. We expect to get them before Christmas. Tires and axles should appear in the new year, and then we hope to, by the spring at the latest, start casting the cannon boxes, which are the axle boxes that will contain the axles and the bearings that will help us to assemble the wheel sets.
For me, it's the start of the boiler design. We're going to make a start on that, because the boiler design and manufacture will probably take 3-4 years.
Really, it is gathering information, looking at the best practice used elsewhere for this type of steel firebox.
We've already had an initial meeting. Will is going to get on with the CAD modelling of that so we can present it to the boiler designer March, April next year.
So talking about CTL Seal, every week when we come here with the money gang, we are always blown away by the facilities here at CTL Seal. For example, these offices which they've let us use, there's about 5 rooms here that you can't see, which gives us an internal winter mess room and a conference room for when we are doing educational thing. The machine shop is excellent place. The whole team, you just walk around here and people say, "Hey, morning, you all right?" as if you're one of the workers, and they just make us so welcome and do everything we ask. Sometimes we don't even have to ask, they're always ahead of us. So
We're in the Cathedral of Engineering. We've got the best place to build it we could possibly have. When you go into that engineering shop, that assembly shop in there, you've got everything you need, absolutely everything you need. And they've even trained our lads to use their crane. That's how good they've been with us. I wouldn't want to go anywhere else.
We don't realise how lucky we are in having a base at CTL Seal. In fact, we could not have assembled the bogie unless we had been able to use the craneage and the ballast weights that are available at CTL Seal. We are also a good showcase for CTL Seal because any of their visitors who come in, they see the engine being built, and that's not something they expect to see, so it's a mutually beneficial relationship.
Massive thank you to all the membership, the actual donators, corporate sponsors and volunteers. It's been a great 2025.